Hi everybody, I'm Leona from Meetup. So I've been involving with this privacy scaring stuff since many years ago, especially since 2018. I participated in the Plasma project, and right now still doing Plasma. So yeah, privacy encryption is the basically core of the cryptography or cryptocurrency, right? And today not so many of us, not many of the industry, or not many of crypto people encrypt their currency, right? While it's in cryptocurrency industry or cryptocurrency space, most of the people do not encrypt their currency or privacy, let's say, or asset. It's a bit strange or error. People are accepting this situation right now. So we need to know about the value of privacy and how much value it has, at the same time how much price it has, right? So to determine the value of privacy or price of privacy, we need to tell the unit of privacy. So does anybody here know the unit of privacy, for example? Kilograms, yeah, it is a good measure, yeah. No, especially women they need to hide their kilograms, right? So yeah, it's one of the good measure. I don't know. And so what else? So what kind of square meter, kilograms, and yeah. Unit of privacy is not famous, right? So I will talk about what the other people think about that today, and what the big tech like Apple and Google are think about that today, and how cryptographers define that today. So, okay, how much privacy do you have? 100,000, right? So when we say we need more privacy, we have less privacy, what does it mean? We pay for privacy sometimes, right? So maybe, yeah, some of you guys are paying for Proton Mail, and some of you guys are paying for privacy service or privacy protocol like Monero, Trinidad Cash, yeah, whatever we want to use. Yeah, you pay for privacy sometimes, right? So how do you define the cost performance of that privacy, right? So yeah. So we need to know the unit of privacy. Then we can tell the cost of performance and also the value of privacy, price of privacy, how much privacy we need to pay. And this picture is yeah, Macho Master popping Oppenheimer meme, but it's if we say, okay, well, I have a $1 million, $100 million, what is worth in the privacy unit, right? So privacy unit, actually, yeah, we have some measurement. And there's basically two ways to measure privacy. First is more academic level of privacy, right? So if we define the privacy with entropy, it should be more like explicit, right? So for example, yeah, entropy is like P log P, right? And it doesn't have any dimension, but it's basically defining the definition. If I express the definition, I will say how surprised you will get when you see the information. This is describing what entropy is, right? And it's very close to that. So basically, privacy is reducing the information for outsider, right? So if we can define the information, we can define the privacy, right? How many entropy we could decrease. And in terms of entropy, in many cases, we define the information in a kind of mutual entropy. And this is a quite common way to define the information among the space or among the relationship. So this is one of that. But if I say you have a kind of your entropy is like let's say zero 0.5 or this kind of stuff. Do you satisfy with that? Actually, we cannot have kind of feeling of the that unit is right? So we can define another way. So practically, people using privacy unit, people using person as a privacy unit in big tech company and many practical use cases. So what is person per person? So basically it's saying that if you ask something on how many candidates do you have to define you. So for example, if I join the Tornado Cash pool and 5 people come in the Tornado Cash and they withdraw money from Tornado Cash. So it's 5 person, right? It's quite practical and it's quite direct way to define the privacy, right? So yeah, actually it's practical. So when I do the privacy stuff in this space, I am always caring about person. And Apple is using person per day. And it's basically, they have so many interactions. So yeah, how many people are, is a candidate in a day? This is their measurement for them. And in more kind of smaller level of user set, we can use that not just person, like Tornado Cash, Monero. So Monero, basically, they have about 100,000 users today. So we can say that it's like 100,000 per month, but yeah, we can say that it's 100 person, right? 100,000 person. So it defines how many people you are in, and basically how same as the other you are, right? So this is one way to do a practical practically define the privacy. So okay. So if we base on this practical unit, what we can, think about that. So okay, you took your money from the KYC, CX, whatever you come up with. Okay, let's say Coinbase, and you use a Uniswap, Aave compound 100 times, and you did many jobs with that, and you hop one you take one hop to another address. Okay, how many person do you have for this address? Your activity. So, yes, how many people do you have? Okay, it's 100 times you did, and CX address one do the 100 times using the dApps, and after that you hop to another address. So how many person? I want to say people, but no, because it's strange, right? How many person? But yeah, we need to use that unit. So how many person do you have for this activity? No, it's obvious. It's one person, right? So easily detect to him, because it's KYC address, right? From the Coinbase. So people can tell that on some people 100% tell that this is your address. This is why, and you withdraw the all money to their address too, right? Before that. So basically, it's a one person, definitely one person, right? So you use a privacy protocol when the other people are not using. How many person do you have for your privacy? How many person do you have for your privacy right here? Three? Yeah, basically no people using that privacy app. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Of course it's one person. So yeah, actually in this space, it's quite hard to have privacy, right? So privacy itself is like Bitcoin. It's really hard to obtain and easy to lose, and it's very, very difficult to hodl, right? That's a privacy. So I would say privacy is the most underrated value and underrated digital asset itself. So privacy is a digital asset right now. So not so many people have more than one person privacy, right? 99%, let's say 99.9% of crypto users don't have privacy more than one person right now. So this is the reality of this cryptocurrency space. And that's the reason why we are gathering here, right? To make greater anonymity set, to make a greater privacy together, and change this situation to make true, let's say, let's somehow true our cryptocurrency industry or cryptocurrency space. So next step, so if we can define the unit of the person, the unit of the privacy, next step is make an equation of the one unit to some dollars, right? So how much does it cost for one person privacy, right? So, okay, one approach is using Monero, for example. So Monero has 100K monthly user. Almost the sender, the recipient amounts are, almost kind of, completely private, right? The sender is somehow mixed, and the recipient and amount is completely private. So Monero has a strong privacy, right? So let's say it's kind of 100K person privacy in Monero right now. And it has 3 billion market, and they're listed by many exchanges and this kind of stuff. And so let's say it's purely privacy is like 51% attack or resistance, prevention, and privacy, right? And if we can just divide with the number of the users, let's say it's like 30K per person, $30K per person to have the privacy. So it's not the cost. So I'm talking about not the price actually, I'm talking about the value. And if we divide that with the number of users, let's say the person, privacy unit, one person is like 30K dollar, right? So of course, it's not there for one person. I'm measuring the entire value of the entire network by using their unit of privacy. So we cannot tell there for one person, but for entire system, it's like $30K per person, right? So another way is like, okay, so let's talk about more traditional one. It has a more longer history, right? So it's not cryptographic privacy, but it's quite something solid. And Swiss bank, how much does it cost? So basically, Swiss bank is costing like 20K in the minimum. And in the greater number of the assets, they need to pay more, but at least are 20K, right? And it's not we cannot apply the one person privacy unit for this because it changes depends on the amount of the money. So it's not the dollar per person, it's a dollar per dollar, right? So it's a bit strange, but we can tell that it's like 20K its costs. And so we can presume that right now in the market value, if we see the Monero Dash, the other privacy coin, and also the traditional one, we can presume that financial privacy, basically its value is $20K per person to $30K per person. So this is it's like a Fermi kind of guess, conjecture, to measure the value of privacy, for example. And so, it's my project on doing another way to measure the privacy unit on the cost of the privacy. And we are doing the privacy mining on it has an equilibrium like a market mechanism, right? So market has an equilibrium between buyers and sellers, right? So like the way we can find the equilibrium between tracers and the privacy holders, right? Then we can tell that how much price people are actually paying for the anonymity set. This is what we are doing right now. I don't know, I don't push that to you guys, but no, it's another approach to measure the privacy, cost of the privacy, right? So at the last, why we need to push down the cost of privacy, and why we need to have a kind of reasonable price of privacy at the same time. Of course, privacy is quite underrated, and it's precious digital asset. That's the reason why we are gathering here, I guess. But no, if it's more reasonable, costly, less costly, unlike $20K or $30K, no, we can accommodate all kind of people on this earth to have privacy, right? So why is that desirable? So it's all about the meta privacy. So concept of meta privacy is quite simple. So we need to have another functionality besides privacy. So for example, Lightning Network, and Lightning Network has a strong scalability and privacy at the same time, somehow. And so we cannot tell that Lightning Network users is privacy users or not, or like payment users or not, right? So many people using Lightning Network for payment system, other payment system, and for scalability, right? So basically, it makes a mixture type of information, right? The mixture user type of information. So people don't have to expose their user type information like I'm a privacy user, I'm a strong privacy believer, and yeah, like that. So I'm a big fan of Monero, for example, but if I use Monero, it's almost proving that I'm a strong privacy believer and a strong privacy user, right? But in some cases, if we cost down the privacy and let not people pay for a lot of money for privacy, we can mix their user type information, privacy users, and yeah, airdrop hunters, and these kind of people, right? Non-privacy users. And it is quite desirable for even privacy users. So if you use a privacy application, if you don't have to expose your user type information, you can feel free and feel safe, right? And people will never ask why you are using this app. No, you can just say, no, everybody uses that, right? So privacy should be normal, and the privacy should be kind of, let's say, affordable for everybody to be normal, right? So this is what we call meta privacy, mixture of the user type information, making privacy less, let's say, less privileged or special, right? So this is another reason why we are quite obsessed with cost of the privacy, costing down the privacy. So thank you so much. And that's all about my presentation about the price and the value of privacy. Thanks so much.
Hi, thanks for that presentation. I was just wondering, so I mean, you rightfully make the point of like, how we say like anonymity likes company, right? And we want as many people in it, especially we want people that are not like the sketchy people, like not the people that just care about privacy. We want everybody ideally. So I wonder how risky it is. What I gather that you are trying to do is basically putting a price tag on privacy. And even if this price tag is something that maybe you're trying to push down, it's still some price versus maybe it being a property that all systems should just have by default and that people should not have to pay for it no matter how low the price is. And how much that sort of creates this situation where people are, thinking that it's like an extra that you need to somehow pay for no matter what, and how that is really detrimental to the overall privacy effort. Like, I don't know if this is something that you had considered.
So basically, there no reason why privacy is costly right now. It's a technical reason, one first, and second is that kind of no regulation reason to make a special treatment for some people. And this is the reason why privacy is somehow costly. And so if we make a privacy for everybody without cost, or yeah, all people will have privacy. But yeah, it's all about the market mechanism of the demand side and the supply side, right? So right now, not so many people are offering privacy, right? So Bitcoin does not offer privacy so much, and Ethereum does not offer privacy, and Solana doesn't offer privacy. So in that situation, privacy protocol raise their kind of fee for them, and it's almost kind of market mechanism. You can think about this kind of graph, right? So if the privacy costs zero, for example, costs zero, the revenue of the privacy protocol is zero, right? And if you make this privacy cost like 100 million, nobody uses it. So it's at the same time privacy revenue zero.
I would distinguish a little bit better between what is objectively measurable about privacy and what cannot be objectively measured about privacy. Because, for example, anonymity sets can be measured, or the cost of a Swiss bank account can be measured, and so on and so forth. But the value that we attach to privacy is not something that can be actually measured with a number. For example, I can value privacy for a reason, you can value privacy for another reason. Maybe I value privacy in a certain domain, you value privacy in a different domain. So, I mean, there is something that can be measured with an objective unit of account or whatever it is. And there is something that is more subjective, which is the value of privacy for each and every single person, I think. But if you have any comment on this. But.
Yeah, so what is objective and what is subjective? Maybe, yeah, I can somehow presume here. So what is objective? So when I talk about the unit of privacy, like, yeah, one person, right? People, person. This measurement, it's somehow objective, but it's not general. For example, okay, if I send money from my account to you, there's a transaction, right? And the transaction has this unit. How many person do we have? Yeah, I would say how many person instead of how many people. How many person do you have for this transaction? How many kind of candidates do we have to suspect for this transaction is coming from you or me or the other people? It's quite specific, right? So if we use this unit, it's all about for each transaction, for each activity, and for each account, right? It's quite specific, and we cannot measure it, like I have a 3,000 person privacy, or like you have 27 privacy, or she has 7 billion privacy or something like that. It's not possible, right? So it's all about for each activity and for each entity we can have. So it's quite subjective when we measure this logically, but it's quite so specific to measure measure something what we want, right? So it's too specific. That's the reason why we can feel value when we talk about the value of privacy like this, right? So, yeah. So actually, we want kind of more general on the totalized privacy. We want to measure that, and we want to pay for that. Like I pay for this service, my privacy, entire privacy will go up to 1 million, for example. No, I feel good, but it's quite difficult. If you pay for the Proton mail server, you are paying for the, maybe 1,000 person for your email account, not entire for yourself, right? So this is the kind of struggling we have. So it's too complex, so it's kind of subjective, and it depends on the situation. And I presume that it's simply because it's too complex, and each entity and each protocol privacy is quite specific. And if we measure that logically, yeah, we can measure that correctly, I guess. So that's my opinion on that.
Thank you very much.
Any other question? One over there.
Hi. So I just wondering something more specific about your protocol or your new implementation of this privacy layer 2, no? It's something like only for coin and not smart contract, as I heard. So I was curious about, for example, is for you in the beginning a threat, the anonymity set? Because, for example, some privacy coin have this problem, no? Even if they are privacy, but then if less people use, then it's easy to cluster them, no? And the other question is about, are you using ritual to start the cryptography about ZK? And how you manage if you use ritual? So what would be your choice to avoid the trust that you need to put in the ritual to start the homomorphic cryptography?
So if I explain explain our layer 2, stateless layer 2 in a nutshell, yeah, it's stateless. And stateless means that everything happens on client side. So data preservation, ZKB computation is on client side. So basically, in typical rollups or rollups. Basically, most of the rollups they preserve data on chain, and if they have a kind of privacy, they post their data on chain. And this is a kind of trade-off, right? So if you post a lot of data on chain, of course it will be more costly. And if you preserve that on client side, it's less costly, of course. So you can avoid paying the gas cost to store the data on chain, right? So it's all about the trade-off, functionality, and more scalability, right? So many layer 2s, even if they have privacy, they have more functionality and less scalability, right? And Intermax is like stateless, so it's quite less costly. It's almost, yeah, we can keep the constant very low gas cost. At the same time, we have a complete privacy like Monero. And so it's all about the trade-off, let's say. And so what we can do with that is like conditional payments. So we have a Turing complete smart contract to do the conditional payments. And it's like, we cannot lock money on smart contract. We cannot have kind of contract address, but everything else is kind of Turing complete. So it's all about trade-off. We need to have functionality with rich statefulness or stateless or extreme scalability when we have enough privacy for both. Yeah, that's the comparison. And so your question, so I could not hear the first question actually. Can you repeat that or rephrase that?
Thank you. Thank you, Leona.
Oh, I see.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I could not understand the first question, yeah.
What was your first question?
No, it's okay. They say that we are running out of time, so I will tell you after, because basically you didn't reply even for the first question, so I will try to clarify better my question, because I didn't have any reply from you now.
Okay,
Thanks.
yeah. So let's
We have to
talk
go because
outside and together.
running out
Yeah.
of time,
Yeah, what
so
fun.
we need
Yeah.
to make space for the other. Huh? No, so the first question was about, do you think that for you it will be a threat the anonymity set, especially in the beginning, because let's say even if you are very good in privacy, but if few people use your system, that is easy to track down.
Oh, I see. So if we have less functionality and we have less users, we can say that we have enough privacy? Is that your question?
Yeah, I mean, is this a thread that you are considering, and if it is, what you are thinking to do about it?
So first of all, yeah, we have our privacy mining, as I touch a bit here. Privacy mining is basically incentivize people to become a member of an anonymity set. It's quite simple, just depositing ETH and withdraw ETH, make a reward. So it's basically making volumes instead of TVL. And if you join their anonymity set, you will get rewarded. It's quite simple. This is the first one. Second one is like, yeah, the value of the payment, let's say. So, yeah. So when we see the Twitter, yeah, we call that X today. Yeah. So yeah, when we see the X on conferences like Token 20, no, I forgot the name, but no, the many conferences, right? So if you go there, you will see the set of the people who are excited with the new functionality, new things, and the new trend, new narrative, right? But if we go to the actual use cases like payment, online pay, offline pay, it's a huge actually. So yeah, in Argentina, for example, when I arrived there, the first conversation I had was about crypto. Sending money to her taxi driver suddenly talk about crypto, while I did not say anything about crypto. I didn't say I'm a crypto guy. And she suddenly talk about crypto, about their actual use cases like sending money to her parents living in Venezuela. And such a case, I could see that in Turkey as well, and we can see that in Southeast Asia as well. And also, rapidly expanding one is Nigeria today. And this kind of real use cases of crypto, actually it has huge, and we cannot see that on X on the conferences the usual crypto conferences. So that kind of people and users are quite obsessed with which is the best payment system. And if we can provide their extreme low gas fee payments with privacy, yeah, it should be fine for them. So they need actually privacy because in the danger places, I don't say Argentina is dangerous, but in many places are dangerous and using crypto. And they need privacy to hide themselves. And it's actual use cases. So let's say we don't think ourselves are quite familiar with fancy stuff or new kind of privacy or what is there? A meme coin, for example. Yeah, we are not good about that, I guess. But in the actual use cases regarding privacy, I think the extremely constant cheap gas costs with privacy make a lot of sense, inviting a lot of users, in my opinion. And that's my take. Yep.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.